Today I'm going to show you guys how to build an elevator that reaches maximum height. So firstly, let's take a ride on my existing elevator that reaches maximum height. Took me days to get there, but got there eventually and built this weird looking contraption, but it works remarkably well. And I'm going to show you guys how to build the elevator part. The lift part is pretty straightforward. It's basically, you can use either, well, any kind of blocks as long as they're not too broad, but we'll get into that in a minute or two. I firstly want to show you guys exactly how long it takes you to get to maximum height, and that's in an elevator ride. Building to maximum height is a totally different story. I was going to take the staircases out as soon as the elevator completed, but then I thought, if my elevator broke, it's going to take me pretty long to build back up to where it got busted to actually fix it. So the staircases are staying. So I use small rockets. You could use larger rockets, but I actually prefer the smaller rockets. I don't mind having to actually reignite the thrusters every now and then in order to get to the maximum height. I think the larger ones got a better chance of getting bust. The elevator is pretty smooth considering the nasty updates we've been recently getting. It seemed to be busting out things a lot sooner than they should. So okay, we've reached maximum height. I just want the elevator to actually stand for a little while so you guys can have a good look at it and also the landscape. And there it goes. So I hope when you guys do this, you guys actually have got the glider active. So I just wanted to prove to you guys that this is maximum height. As you can see, my character can't jump, but my character can jump over there. My character still can't jump over there. Okay, so we've confirmed that this is maximum height. So let's see how high maximum height actually is. So I'm going to jump off the edge here, and that's all the building that we've done. So that's like a lot of material right there. Some would argue that it's actually way too much material. And well, you guys are also getting a good look at my village. A lot happening in this village, and I will give you guys an updated tour of what's going on. I just want to complete a few things before. This is absolutely ridiculous, but okay, let's start with the build. So first, what we're going to need is a foundation. So you can build this another way where you actually thread the elevator into the build, but if it busts, then you're going to have a problem. So I don't know if this is a better build, but this is how I do it. So first I place down the foundation, and I've got beams on the side going straight up. So you can actually build the beams straight up first, and then you can actually build the elevator in afterwards. So we're going to put a large wheel down. So evidently it's supposed to cushion the elevator, but we're not sure if that is the case anymore because things just bust up. So I actually busted up my elevator to show you guys how I built it, and there is a change that I wanted to test out, so I might as well test it out in this video as well. So we're going to put a pillar, and I think we should just use the exact same pillar that I used before. So this is the pillar that I use. So I'm going to place it a little bit more to the inside around there. So that's the base of the elevator. So the base is going to be on all four corners. That's where the base is going to end. So we're going to have a space of about 2 blocks on either side. And okay, so we'll use this wooden foundation. That wooden foundation should be the right size. Okay, so we're going to place the wooden foundation 2 spaces from each corner. So you need to be very careful with this. This is the easiest way that I found, just dragging it on the one side, making 2 spaces, and then making sure you got 2 spaces on the back, and then you get it this way, which is perfect from all sides. So that's 2 spaces, and then we're going to use a floor. So the floor cannot touch the beams, so the floor needs to be at least 1 space away from the beams and in line with your pillar, because you don't want the beams to catch against the stairs, which can easily happen if the elevator becomes unstable or a bit lopsided. But we're going to try to make that not happen. Okay, so the 2 wheels are going to go in on either side there, and then we need a guard on this side as well. So we're going to put 2 floor pieces over there. So whether the floor pieces, because the floor pieces are quite thin, so whether they make a difference as to how long any structure structure lasts in Lego, search me. I have no idea. I'm going to show you guys how to build it this way, and I just want to stress again, the reason why I'm building it this way is so that I can do repairs, because if I need to bust out pillars and they collapse, it's going to take a lot of work to actually build up to maximum height again, and I don't want to do that in a hurry. That took days. So with the wheels, you just need to judge. I'm putting them down as low as they can go, but you don't have to. But I would recommend that you follow exactly what I'm doing, because it is a proven concept and it does work this way. It's a bit tricky to get the wheels in sometimes. So I'm actually playing Lego Fortnite on controllers, so maybe the keyboard is, maybe on keyboard and mouse it's a little bit easier. I wouldn't know. But I suppose maybe if you struggle on keyboard and mouse, you think probably easier on control. That's how our minds work. So okay, I'm just getting that wheel in the right place. Perfect stuff. So I wanted to try this out. I didn't actually put wheels on this side on the previous build, but I wanted to see if it helped with stability. If it doesn't, can always just be knocked out later, because those beams those guides need to be there either way, whether there's wheels or not. So the reason why I wanted to put the wheels here is because when you build the elevator, and the first time the elevator falls onto the bottom wheel, it actually kind of derails, and then it needs to go all the way to the top to get leveled out, and then it's perfect after that. So I just want to see if actually putting wheels here will actually help it get stabilized immediately after it's been built. Doesn't always happen, but for some reason the balloons glitch weirdly. I believe that it's even worse in creative from what I hear. Okay, so this is survive, but I'm sure you guys have figured that out already. So we're putting the small rockets. I'm placing 4. You may think it's overkill, but this thing's going straight up, and we're going to minimize the amount of balloons that we use so that it actually falls, because the balloons are also behaving a little bit unpredictable lately. Sometimes they tend not to fall all the way, other times they tend to fall too fast. So we're going to get a balance in between, just so that we don't bust anything unnecessarily, and we've always got a good balance on our structure. So we're going to put the pillars in the right space. So the pillars need to come on top of that intersection there, just where those two meet and where those two floors meet, and that one. So we're going to leave this space open so that the character can climb in and out easily. We're also going to put a staircase just so it's easier to get into the elevator. We cannot put that pillar in the middle. Do not do it. You will regret it. It throws off the balance. Do not put a pillar in the center there. So we're going to use the same floor again. We need to make the structure as balanced as possible. So we're going to slide it against there, and then we're going to count 2 in the one direction and 2 in the other direction and place it. And now it is 2 spaces on all sides. So that's a perfect way to get the perfect center point. And then we're going to use the foundation. We're going to place 2 foundations, one on top of the other. It's the perfect weight for this build. Okay, and then we're going to put 4 balloons, 1 on each corner, and wheels as well. I think we should put the wheels first, just so that the weight is correct. So we're going to put a wheel on each corner. Well, no, sorry, on each center. On each center side. On each side of, in the center of each side. Okay, this one. Oh, I'm out of building material. Okay, let's get some building material quickly. We'll edit this out. It's strange because in this update they said that we're not going to need to, we're going to get all the building material back, but it's not always the case. Actually put this workbench down here so that I can upgrade it to its maximum, take it to another location. Okay, so we're going to put another wheel on this corner, side, middle of the side, and another one over there. Great stuff. So now we're going to need a balloon on each corner, one over there, over there, over there. So I'm just emphasizing you're going for balance when you're building this sort of thing, because as you can see, there's actually no solid contact points on the entire lift. The lift is basically on its own with its switch and all that. So let's turn the switch on. Maybe that can help with the balance issue once I release the... Okay, time. Oh wow, I did that. I actually derailed. Okay, I'm sure raising it will actually fix it. So not a train smash. We don't have to start over. It was actually perfectly balanced, and then it fell on that piece of wood, which is supposed to not actually be there. Wow, no switch. Wow, glitch. Okay, yeah, that's what happens. Okay, let's go and let's try. Oh, there's Okay, wow. Okay, there's nothing up here. So there seems to be a balloon there, but I don't get a sense of a switch. The switch is probably in the castle somewhere. So okay, let's destroy this balloon. Maybe when we replace it, then the switch will reappear. So okay, the balloons are back. So hopefully the switch has returned. Okay, great stuff. So the switch is back. I'm going to use this platform here. That's what it's there for. And we're going to try and ride the elevator all the way up to the top. So as you can see, it's a bit derailed, but under the circumstances, it's working quite well. So we need to get the elevator all the way to the top, but it actually should have balanced out now. So what happens with, what I've noticed with the balloons is you reach a certain height and it's like the balloon's maximum height. It's not going to go any further. It's not going to climb anymore. And then it does rely on the thrusters to get it to maximum height basically. And we're going to reach that point, but the last build was a lot quicker. I'm thinking that those wheels that I placed on the end there could either be shifting the weight a little bit too much to the front of the elevator, or they could be weighty and actually making the elevator a little bit too heavy. Doesn't look like it's going to go any further. So I'm going to remove those wheels. So we need to take those wheels out now. So let's do that. Bust those wheels. So the previous build didn't have those wheels. So in the original build, the build also did derail somewhat, but once it reached the maximum height, then that actually fixed it. So let's see if that's the case now as well. It's a proven concept, so it should work. So what happens is all the balloons on the top are going to hit the ceiling of the elevator, level out and balance everything out. But it is struggling now because it is a little bit derailed, so the wheels are not actually moving like they should. There we go. So that should fix it. So that levels out the elevator, and we're going to test it now. Whoa, this thing is it's insane. If you guys haven't yet built up to maximum height, okay, just building straight up to maximum height, that's easy, but building a twisted staircase is insane. Absolutely crazy. Takes long. So I don't think the elevator is going to be there by the time I get up. Nope. So what happens is it reaches the maximum height, then it struggles to go past that maximum height. It needs the thrusters to go past that maximum height, and the same scenario when it falls fast until it reaches its maximum height, and then it falls slowly. I don't know. It's insane. If realism is what we're going for, we're definitely not achieving it. But the game is fun. I enjoy building things. It reminds me of when I was a kid playing with Lego and building stuff, but now this is even more cool because okay, I did play with the things I made. Okay, this is fun. At least I don't have to pick the stuff up off, pack them away. So well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just have another look at the elevator. As you can see, it's all balanced out. Those wheels were not necessary. Those wheels were a tragedy. Those wheels were not supposed to be there. So this is a perfect build, perfectly balanced. Now we're going up the way we're supposed to, smooth, fast. So when it hits that maximum height, it will continue at the same speed. And from the smoothness, you would think that it was going to last forever, but even the elevators break these days. But this one did last quite long. So sometimes in the evenings, balloons fly higher, they sink sometimes. In different biomes, they behave differently. So it's quite a nut house. It's difficult to predict what they're going to do, you know, from one session to the next. So if you're building an elevator, build a staircase. I wonder what I'm going to build next. Maybe you guys can give me suggestions on what you'd like to see on the channel and could possibly make that happen. So let's take a look at the elevator one more time, and it looks so weird. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my elevator build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do enjoy the content of this channel, please do consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.